From Bastogne to the Sahara Desert, American logistics vehicles carried the war forward. They were not weapons, but without them, victory would have been impossible. They delivered ammunition to Bastogne and food to Patton's advancing armies. What follows is the complete story of the American supply and transport vehicles that defeated the Axis powers. At the heart of this vast logistics system stood the GMC CCKW Jimmy, the 2.5-ton six-wheel drive truck that became the backbone of Allied supply operations. Through the Red Ball Express, it moved tens of thousands of tons of ammunition, fuel, and food to the European front every single day. Alongside it was the Willys MB Jeep, small, agile, and present on every front, from reconnaissance and command duties to emergency transport. Eisenhower himself considered it a decisive weapon, not because of firepower, but because of mobility. Bridging the gap between the Jeep and medium trucks was the Dodge WC-51, a flexible three-quarter-ton vehicle strong enough to carry weapons and light cargo into areas inaccessible to larger trucks. As the war expanded globally, the Studebaker US-6 became a symbol of the Lend-Lease program, with over 200,000 vehicles shipped to the Soviet Union, keeping the Red Army supplied under the harshest conditions. At the heavy end of the spectrum, the Diamond T-980 played the silent yet vital role, hauling massive tanks to the battlefield without wearing down front-line armored units. On amphibious landing beaches and coastal fronts, the DUKW Duck, an amphibious truck based on the CCKW chassis, erased the boundary between sea and land, allowing direct ship-to-shore supply in operations such as Normandy and across the Pacific. When demand exceeded the capacity of a single manufacturer, the International Harvester M5-6318 emerged as a near-identical counterpart to the Jimmy, proving that American industry could scale production almost instantly while maintaining standardized designs. Where wheeled vehicles struggled, the white M3 half-track, with front wheels and rear tracks, carried troops, supplies, and artillery through mud and deep snow. At the same time, the Chevrolet G506, produced in the hundreds of thousands, fulfilled countless roles from cargo transport and mobile repair to fuel delivery, demonstrating the strength of an integrated industrial ecosystem. Completing the system were the Dodge WC62 and WC63, 1.5-ton trucks designed for front-line transport. The WC62 emphasized simplicity and reliability, while the WC63 added a front winch for self-recovery, vehicle towing, and engineer support in poor terrain and weak infrastructure. To maintain momentum for American and Allied forces, the logistics system expanded with a range of specialized vehicles. The Ford GTB Burma Jeep, a 1.5-ton truck designed for the China-Burma-India theater, featured high ground clearance and excellent off-road performance, enabling operation in mud, jungle, and monsoon conditions where infrastructure barely existed. In even harsher environments, the M29 Weasel served as a light-tracked supply vehicle, capable of operating on snow, ice, marshland, and sand, delivering half a ton of cargo to areas unreachable by wheeled transport, including Arctic battlefields. As payload requirements increased, the Max 6-ton truck series handled the heaviest logistics tasks, transporting heavy artillery, engineering equipment, and large quantities of ammunition when standard trucks reached their limits. Alongside them, the Autocar U7144T was developed as a 4-ton heavy artillery tractor purpose-built for towing and recovering guns that could not move effectively under their own power. In routine supply operations, the Diamond T967 carried out large-scale daily transport. While less famous than Diamond T's tank transporters, it was a true workhorse across North Africa and Europe. To ensure flexibility on every front, the Dodge T214 series was produced in the hundreds of thousands, serving as ambulances, command vehicles, cargo carriers, and weapons platforms. Proof that a single standardized chassis could fulfill countless roles. Heavy support was further reinforced by vehicles like the Corvette 50S, a 4-ton truck adapted for military production when war broke out. and the Ward-LaFrance Model 1000 series, which provided specialized recovery, crane, and vehicle repair capabilities, ensuring supply lines remained intact even under extreme conditions. Artillery mobility depended on the FWD-HAR, a heavy artillery tractor developed by the Four-Wheel Drive Company, capable of towing anti-aircraft and heavy guns through mud, sand, and snow thanks to its four-wheel drive system and reinforced chassis. The FWD-HR, a related heavy variant, focused on sustained heavy towing and logistics support in low-traction environments. Standard transport duties were handled by the International US-6, a rugged and easily maintained 2.5-ton truck that became a cornerstone of the Lend-Lease system. From this platform, the International MUS-5H Prime Mover was developed, optimized for towing heavy and anti-aircraft artillery with high torque and reinforced construction, ensuring heavy firepower could keep pace with advancing forces. In heavy European logistics, the Brockway B666 served as a 6-ton workhorse for transporting bridging equipment, construction materials, and oversized cargo, sustaining supply lines as American units advanced through France and Germany. The White 666 complemented this role, offering another reliable 6-ton option that kept high-tempo offensives supplied. During amphibious operations, the GMC DUKW 353, the standard production version of the amphibious DUKW based on the CCKW chassis, enabled direct ship-to-shore resupply from 1943 onward. The Ford GPW, Ford's licensed version of the Jeep, was nearly identical to the Willys MB and symbolized the scale and coordination of American industrial cooperation. Behind the front lines, the Chevrolet 4400 series handled heavier 4-ton transport duties, while the Diamond T969 heavy wrecker, equipped with powerful cranes and winches, recovered disabled vehicles from mud, craters, and active battlefields. Civilian-based trucks, such as the Federal 606, served mainly in rear areas, freeing specialized military vehicles for front-line use. Even smaller manufacturers contributed, exemplified by the Rio 2XS, a heavy truck from Rio Motor Company that demonstrated the adaptability of American industry. Among light-tracked vehicles, the Marmon Harrington CTLS fulfilled reconnaissance and light towing roles, while the Kenworth 570 was built for extra difficult heavy transport missions, particularly in the harsh conditions of the Pacific Theater. For extreme environments, the Oshkosh W700 handled missions beyond the capability of conventional trucks, laying the foundation for Oshkosh's future reputation in military vehicles. The Chevrolet 3116, a militarized civilian truck, supported rear area logistics, while the Mack EH-NO series provided heavy artillery towing power for 155mm guns and large anti-aircraft weapons. Training and domestic base logistics relied on the International K5, allowing front-line vehicles to remain focused on combat. Strategic logistics depended on the Autocar SW, a heavy tractor for oversized and indivisible loads, such as aircraft components. In armored transport, the Diamond T980B, an upgraded tank transporter, carried Sherman tanks, self-propelled guns, and even captured German vehicles across Europe. The Sterling HCS, though mechanically dated, remained in service thanks to its proven reliability in long-duration heavy transport. Completing the picture was the Corbett 25SD, a 2.5-ton truck from North Carolina, representing the many regional manufacturers that showed American industrial power extended far beyond major corporations. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.